So we are officially 2 days, or if you manage to live on the West Coast like myself, a day away from the fourth and final DLC for Infinite Warfare Zombies to finally put the entire zombie storyline to an end. Everyone, and of course myself is included, is extremely excited to see exactly what Infinity Ward has up their sleeves to put their poorly received and massively underrated game to an end. Matter of fact, it looks like they're going to be ending it with a bang. And one of the biggest things that Lee Ross seemed to make really apparent is pretty much everyone that supported this game from the start, or at least accomplished every single Easter egg and has every single soul key, is going to be repaid for their hard efforts, which is something I was really excited for, really hoping that Infinity Ward actually did. But nonetheless, today we're not going to be talking so much about the Beast from Beyond gameplay, my thoughts, opinions about the map, or anything like that, because with this upcoming week, let's face it, there's going to be a slew of gameplay about the map. Everyone's going to be talking about it. So no, instead what I wanted to talk about was the after effects, or how everything's going to work out in both gameplay and storyline wise beyond the Beast from Beyond, or past the Beast from Beyond. I don't know if you guys managed to catch Lee Ross's live stream this last Friday, which he managed to jam pack a whole lot of information inside of, but he not only confirmed a super Easter egg being an actual thing inside of Infinite Warfare, but he also mentioned that there's actual content inside of the game right now that's locked behind a barrier. This barrier is of course removed once a player has all 5 soul keys, including the Beast from Beyond, which according to Lee Ross would unlock a mode referred to as Director's Cut. Now I found it extremely interesting how Lee Ross was constantly referring to as Director's Cut. Primarily he introduced it kind of as the behind the scenes of cutscenes. So if we have every single soul key, we'll be getting cutscenes for every single map that we haven't seen before, revealing more of the storyline and giving us a better understanding of the bigger picture altogether, why our 4 characters were chosen to be in these films, and why Willard Wyler is doing what he's doing. Now, as I said, Lee Ross kind of brought up the topic of Director's Cut in reference to cutscenes and the storyline altogether, but slowly he started to move on and elaborate a little bit more on what Director's Cut is, essentially stating that it's a better, easier way to play zombies inside of Infinite Warfare, but at the same time, you need this easy mode or extra help in order to achieve the ultimate goal, which is a super main Easter egg, which in turn is not accessible without the Director's Mode content. Now, I'm sure if you guys are anywhere near as curious as I am about what type of content is locked behind the Director's Mode, Lee Ross went ahead and gave off a little bit of information stating that the Yeti Easter egg from the Polar Peak roller coaster ride that he hinted at so long ago is a real Easter egg and is in fact inside of the game. Unfortunately, you cannot access that without the Director's Cut, and he possibly even hinted at being able to play as other characters that we have not seen inside the game, possibly even hinting as playing as Willard Wyler's daughter, or even Willard Wyler himself, Samantha Cross, or just somebody else altogether. I found that as a very interesting curveball Lee Ross threw at us. Also, in case you guys didn't catch it, Lee Ross mentioned that if you do all the Easter eggs, for those of you that were curious about it, you're not going to be able to play as characters on other maps. For instance, you can't take Hasselhoff into Shell and Shuffle or Elvira into Zombies in Spaceland. It's not going to work out that way, which kind of sucks. And I was one of those people that was really hoping that was going to be a thing, but unfortunately, right off the bat, Lee Ross ended up squashing that. Now, finally, this is something I haven't really seen anyone bring up, but I found it to be very interesting and probably more important than other things people have been talking about, and that was Lee Ross talking about the inspiration behind the entire zombie storyline and how everything's panning out and why it's going this route. During the live stream, Lee Ross mentioned that Willard Wyler has been making movies for about 40 plus years, and how all film directors have at one point in time put in Easter eggs or references to previous movies that they have made. Willard Wyler is no exception, and he said that this is very apparent inside of Zombies in Spaceland. Previous movies that Willard has made not only come back to life inside of Zombies in Spaceland, but are also heavily referenced. This comes in the form of the Ghost Clown 3D movie that Willard Wyler once created, coming back to life as the exploding clowns inside of Zombies in Spaceland. Also, the Murder High film that Willard also made is referenced by the Letterman jacket that AJ is wearing while playing as this character inside of Zombies in Spaceland. Of course, these 2 posters, along with Nightmare Summer and Captain Kill, can all be found inside of the Afterlife arcade. Regardless of what map you're playing, all these posters are always hanging up in the same exact spot. However, there is something else I found very interesting. Remember back before Raven the Redwoods was finally announced to be the first DLC map? and people were coming across this poster right here, and with this poster right here being knocked down and laying on the floor, people were speculating that it was possibly going to be the first DLC inside of Infinite Warfare, or maybe even the third or fourth once Rave in the Redwoods was finally announced to be the first DLC that we were going to get. Now, it's no surprise that inside of the Afterlife arcade, right next to the door to revive yourself, there's this poster hanging that says now playing, and of course it shows a poster of whatever map you're playing. Now, that's always been a thing inside of Zombies in Spaceland all the way back since Infinite Warfare was first launched. However, on the wall opposite of it, you see the same exact poster that people were speculating so long ago, and it now says coming soon. Now, I'm not saying this is an immediately new thing. As a matter of fact, I have no clue how new or how old it actually is, since I'm never inside of the Afterlife arcade, since 99% of my time I'm playing solo and don't roll with up and atoms. But I just found it extremely interesting to see this poster now hanging here, and it's saying coming soon right underneath it, along with Lee Ross saying that everything Willard Weiler has created has been referenced inside of one of the maps that we've gotten so far. Again, the clowns from Ghost Clown 3D in Zombies in Spaceland, Murder High inside of Zombies in Spaceland. I would go out on a limb here and say that Nightmare Summer is actually connected to Attack of the Radioactive Thing, since the zombie hand is kind of coming out of sand, and where the radioactive thing is inside of Attack is kind of on like a beach area. But I don't know, I guess I can be connecting non-existent dots and just going overboard off of some things Lee Ross said. But still, with the Beast from Beyond kind of being like Revelations, where all the shit just hits the fan, and it's a combination of all the maps combined into one, along with Extinction Mode from Call of Duty Ghosts as well. Do you guys think that this poster is not a hint at DLC4 itself, but possibly a hint at the Super Easter Egg? Because remember, we can't access the Super Easter Egg unless we complete all 5 Easter eggs and unlock the Director's Cut mode. Or it could be a major hint at what Infinity Ward is working on in terms of its next game, or it could just be nothing altogether and Infinity Ward is just kind of teasing us. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. This is something that immediately just popped in my head when Lee Ross was dropping all the information on his live stream, and I figured that this was something worth bringing up and kind of brainstorming about. I really do think that it's a hint on what we may see in terms of the Super Easter Egg, and it has no direct relation to DLC4 itself. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. I'm genuinely curious. What do you guys have to say about all of this? Are you guys excited for DLC4 and the end of Infinite Warfare? Have you guys completed all the Easter eggs? Let's talk down in the comment section. My name is Cynic. Thank you guys so much for watching and stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys are brand new to the channel, as well as drop a like if you guys are hyped to get your hands on the Beast from the Beyond. I will try to live stream it as soon as it's out, but as of right now, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. But whether if I stream it or not, I will be posting gameplay all week long, so make sure those notifications are on so that way you guys get ahead of everyone else on tutorials like how to turn on power, pack-a-punch, and all the other good stuff. Anyways, thank you guys so much for your time. I really do appreciate it, and until next time guys, I'll see you all with a brand new video.